I convinced a man with a micro to get an implant. Honestly, I didn't mean to. It just happened on accident. And it was my way of making this man leave me alone. So I was living in my apartment building at the time, and this man moved in, and the facade was he was hot. Honestly, he really wasn't hot. He was just tall and foreign. So anyways, I got at him and I'm like, hey, like trying to, swoop in. It worked. And next thing I know, I'm on a date with this man. Date went horrible. First of all, he was so late, and then he asked if we could drive my car. And then when we showed up late for the reservations, he told the hostess that it was my fault because I was doing my makeup. And then while we were sitting at dinner ordering, he told the waitress that I was pregnant and that we needed to order everything. I'm like, okay, not going good, buddy. This was unfortunately at the time of my life where I was sleeping around a lot. And I don't regret that because I had a great time for the most part. But there are people like him that I wish, I went on a bad date. Why did I? So whatever, we get back to his place, our apartment complex, his place, my place. And I'm like, you know what? I'll do this. And we get down to business. He starts doing things to me. And I'm like, let me, feel. Mind you, this guy's like 6'4". I'm like reaching and I'm like, where is it? And he keeps going, baby, baby. I hate when men call me baby, especially if like I'm not their baby. It's really gross to me. He's like, it's small. You're going to be a little disappointed. And I'm like, given my work, I mean, obviously not the film production part of my work, but try me. I've seen a lot. This guy pulls this thing out. You guys, I don't know if it was the comparison of his tall body, but it was so small. It was like... Anyways, the reason I'm not going to feel bad sharing this story is because he got really grapey with me and didn't want to use a condom and forced himself to finish inside of me, which I did not give consent to. So sharing this story does not bother me because yeah. So anyways, I'm like, I'm going to go home. And I go home, I go to my apartment, and I'm like, oh, well, that was a disaster and a mistake. I now live in this apartment building with this man, and I should have done this. Stupid me. And so I tell him, I'm like, yeah, it's like not going to work out. But unfortunately, this man never left me alone. He would wait outside my apartment door, like leave me gifts, like obnoxious gifts too. Like he bought me like 2 huge cakes for some reason and like balloons and teddy bears. And I'm like, I don't know if you know what girls like. Maybe you should not get them a giant cake. What am I going to do with that? So I told this man like 1,000 times to leave me alone. And he's like, why? And I told him, I'm like, listen, you got a little grapey with me. I didn't like that. Still wouldn't leave me alone. So at this point, I'm like, I turned evil. I'm like, okay, so you want to know the reason I'm not interested? You have the smallest micro I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen a lot. Obviously, this upset him a lot, and he sent me texts about how my family doesn't love me and, the typical, like, all the things you can say to an SW. And then sends me another text saying, baby, I'm going to get the surgery. And at that point, I forgot. I'm like, huh. Sorry, I did actually forget to mention that when he pulled his pants down and he said it's so small, he mentioned that he found a doctor in LA that would put an implant in there to enlarge it. So when he said the surgery, it took a second for me to be like, he's going to get plastic surgery on his weenie hat junior? I didn't believe it. Nobody I told believed it. Like, I'm like, this isn't true, But he had just gotten a puppy. And he was always walking this puppy, and I would always see him. We'd always run into each other because I had a dog too. And all of a sudden, he had dog walkers walking his dog, like for a week. And I'm like, he's recovering from something. Okay, so then the rumor in the apartment complex was that, he got surgery. And I'm like, am I the only one that knows about what surgery it is? Am I being trolled? Like, I don't know, because like, why would you troll yourself if like you have that attached to you? And like, who's the joke on? So once recovery passed, supposedly, he let me know, like, he's healed. And I'm like thinking, I said some of the meanest things to you because I really didn't enjoy being with you, and you're still trying. And, obviously I continued to ignore him. He continued to stalk me. I had to actually call the police on him. It got crazy, but he basically got SPH for free from me and made a permanent decision with it. So yeah, I convinced a man to get a implant. I don't know if it's true. If you ever end up with a man named Matan and he's tall, just